the Culling Games, the next big arc in Jujutsu Kaisen. In today's video, I will be discussing the top 5 things I want to see from the Culling Games arc. Jujutsu Kaisen has also returned from its hiatus this week with chapter 153. If you're also excited about Jujutsu Kaisen's return, make sure to hit that subscribe and notification bell to support your boy. With that, let's get into the top 5 things I want to see from Jujutsu Kaisen's Culling Games. Number 5. Fumihiko Takaba. A lot of you might be asking, who? So I'll refresh your memory in case you have forgotten. Takaba was a struggling comedian introduced at the end of chapter 146. What makes Takaba so intriguing is his conversation with Ken. Ken tells Takaba that there are 2 types of comics that will always be in demand. Comics who are funny and comics who think they are funny. Asking him, which are you? Takaba replies, I'd say it's 50-50, but maybe it's more like 70-30. Geez, that line is clean. Now, this obviously is a reference to Nanami's 7-3 ratio technique. Some have theorized that Takaba could have potentially inherited Nanami's technique. Personally, I don't feel that that makes any sense considering the fact that Nanami's technique is an innate one. Maybe Takaba and Nanami are related somehow. Characters having the same curse technique isn't anything new to the story, so there is a fair chance that this theory does come to fruition. Hopefully, if this is the case, Takaba fights Yuji. Seeing Yuji's reaction to his dead mentor's technique being used by someone else would be a fun scenario. Also, Takaba's introduction gave me massive Joker 2019 vibes, so if we do end up getting a Joker-esque character in Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm really excited to see what Gojo does with Takaba, especially since Nanami is his favorite character and Takaba is already getting references to him. Or maybe I'm reaching Gojo is trolling us. Number 4. Yuji killing a human with his own 2 hands. Recently, Yuji has found the resolve to accept his role in killing curses, but when the aspect of killing humans in the Culling Games is presented, Yuji seems to be a little hesitant about it. Megumi claims to have a few ideas in order to work around this. However, I doubt everything is going to go as smoothly as planned. Yuji also has been blaming himself for the civilian deaths in Shibuya, even going so far as to call himself a murderer. He's taken human lives before, but those were people affected by Mahito's idol transfiguration, so I don't really count that. It needs to be a flat out human, someone like Takaba, for example. Number 3. Gojo being freed from the prison realm. Ever since Gojo's imprisonment, the Jujutsu world has been flipped on its head. Shibuya's a mess, Kenjaku started the Culling Games, Yaga got executed, and the Zenin clan got massacred. It really goes to show just how impactful Gojo's presence was. Now, with the introduction of Angel, the chances of Gojo returning have increased tremendously. Her curse technique can extinguish any curse technique. The plan right now is to use Angel's curse technique to open the rear gate of the prison realm. I expect this to happen near the end, the arc's conclusion. Some of my theories are that Yuta will die and Yuji will eat the last of Sukuna's fingers in this arc, making it the perfect time for Gojo to reappear in the story. Next, Gojo's reaction to the higher-ups. He is definitely not going to be pleased to hear what they have been doing recently, and there's a high chance he decides to finally kill them all. He's talked about killing them many times in the past, so this might be the thing that pushes him over the edge. Higher-ups killed, Zenin clan style. Number 2. A confirmation on Nobara's condition. She just recently got half of her face blown up, and it's been over 20 chapters with no concrete answer to what's going on. Chapter 144 was the perfect time to confirm her death, but instead we got some vague response from Megumi. Even Gojo isn't really answering the question in interviews. He says, we still don't know if Nobara is dead or alive. She has no sign of life and is technically dead when Nita gets to her, but since she was just barely dead, it'll depend on how he resuscitates her, he'll do his best. There's no point in dragging this plotline on for this long if she wasn't going to return. Unless Gojo has been having meetings with Fujimoto on how to troll your fanbase. So I'm led to believe Nobara will return near the end of the Culling Games arc. Maybe Gojo gives us another moment of Nobara saving Yuji. The only issue is that by that point, will Nobara even be strong enough to be relevant? I'm not saying she's trash because a lot of people like to downplay her and forget she was an integral part in taking down Mahito. It's just that the power level in Jujutsu Kaisen is starting to get pretty crazy. I guess Geji can give her an off-screen power-up. Not my most preferred outcome though. There's still a lot Geji can do with her. We still need a Nobara-centric arc, or for the very least a big fight for her that lasts 5 chapters. I would also love to see Nobara grow from her experience fighting Mahito, learning to not be so cocky. Hopefully, my girl makes her grand return. Yuta Okkotsu vs Kenjaku, one of the most anticipated fights in the series. The inevitable encounter between these two has been set up ever since the beginning of the Shibuya Incident arc. In chapter 90, after Gojo is trapped inside the prison realm, he asks Kenjaku, "You don't remember? Before that body was beat up by me, remember who beat it up?" Kenjaku's response to this was very intriguing. "Yuta Okkotsu, huh? I don't really get what everyone sees in him. His ability to unconditionally copy cursed techniques and his boundless cursed energy. Both are the results of having to detain his loved one's soul. Sorry to say, but Yuta Okkotsu can't become the next Satoru Gojo." Basically declaring that Yuta has been overhyped. A bold claim, but it does hold some weight. Kenjaku's line in chapter 133 drives this message home even further. Last year during the night parade of the 100 Demons, if the forces hadn't been divided between Shinjuku and Kyoto, he would have won instead of Okkotsu. Geto at full power was stronger than Yuta during Volume 0. It really goes to show just how close he was to achieving his goal. Going back to Kenjaku's line in chapter 90 regarding Yuta having to detain his loved one's soul, we know from the end of Volume 0 that Rika's curse was broken and she passed on. However, chapter 144 showed Rika being summoned by Yuta to help him kill Yuji. So we still don't know what is going on with that, if this is the same Rika or a completely different entity. If it is the latter, I would assume that this means Rika is slightly nerfed. The same could easily happen to Kenjaku in chapter 91. Geto's soul seems to be fighting for control against Kenjaku. A big theme in the series is the relationship between the soul and the body, so there's no way Geji doesn't expand on this moment in future chapters. I can definitely see this becoming a major plot twist where Geto makes his return. Now, the big question is, who do I think would win this fight? I'm sorry Yuta, but I'll have to give this one to Kenjaku. A sorcerer from the Heian era, the golden age of cursed techniques, is saying that Yuta is not that guy. You have to take those words seriously. The story is also slowly introducing new characters that seem to be stronger than Yuta. I can comfortably say that Kenjaku would defeat Yuta mid to high difficulty. So those were the top 5 things I wanted to see from Jujutsu Kaisen's upcoming arc, the Culling Games. Remember to invest your stocks in the god Fumihiko Takaba. Make sure to tell me what you want to see from the Culling Games in the comments down below, because there are a lot of different plot lines being set up for this arc. It is shaping up to be even more insane than the Shibuya incident. If you want to see more Jujutsu Kaisen content on the channel, show the video some love. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.